Okie dokie, everybody. Welcome back. You're here at the Fox Den with Peter Voss, the Papa Fox, and we are going to continue playing Tyranny by Obsidian Entertainment. When we last left off, we had come to the Shattered Bastion in response to a cryptic message from a sage that was basically we gave our response and it got returned back to us, so we don't know what happened. We had teamed up with some local folk here who are none too happy with the local Scarlet Chorus presence. We dealt with the band outside. We accidentally sided with the band inside, but now we get to deal with them anyways. So, let's go on and be about it. So, how are y'all doing? I'm doing okay.
Curious.
I took some time to... Oh, what's this? Ooh, lovely. I took some time to recuperate. I actually had a bit of a cold this past week, so if my voice sounds a little bit lower and gravelier, then that's probably the reason. But this is going to be a crazy week. I don't know if... Hopefully, if ever there was a week for me to maybe miss a video, this might be it. But we'll see what happens, you know? Life finds a way, and it also takes precedence, so... Let's go ahead and be about it. What do we got here? Ooh, there's a thing to go to a higher plane of existence. Hyrax rolls the butcher. Well, let's see here. The captive Oathbound's head rests between his knees, his figure motionless, save for slow breathing. Oh, okay, well, missed the rest of that. Okay, let's go ahead and talk with him. The man bound before you wears disfavored, violet crusted with patches of dried blood, the faint blue light of an Oathbound scout sigil shimmering unsteadily through a thick layer of grime. He watches you approach from under a lowered brow, his features sunken and dark. His right eye socket seems a bit darker than his left, as if he bears a near-healed bruise, and the sour scent of mingled sweat and urine wafts from him. "Fatebinder," he rasps, then clears his throat. "Apologies, I haven't had occasion to say much today." "You recognize me?" "A brother and a sister of mine served at Vendrian's Well." "Because they have seen you. I have seen you. We all saw the way you lit the sky with the mountain spire." "That's hardly the only thing I remember you doing that day." "I'm called Hyrax, son of Viperia, oath brother of Marek, currently attached to the 5th Boreal. No idea why you left that loudmouth lout Rolls alive, though." He shifts against his bonds, wincing. "Remedy that, and I'll provide you the intelligence I've found since I got here. The intelligence my people died for." I'm surprised Wolves let you alive. You strike me as a liability." "He strikes you as a smart man?" "I assure you, I'm the better friend if you're willing to make a deal." "I'll see what I can do." He nods mutely. "Okay. Let's see if we can... Oh, there we go. Frankly, Fatebinder, I had a bit of the nervous knees when you showed up, but you spilling Warbler's innards down shows me where you stand. I think you and I could establish quite the mutual beneficial relationship if you've got a mind for it." "I'm listening." "So a couple of years back, Cairn came through and toppled this place with half an effort. He split the ground, ruined this here manor, and even cracked open the mountains while he was at it. So we didn't give a lot of thought to the cave when we first came up here, because who gives a lot of thought into a hole in the ground, right? But two of Warbler's kids wanted to go poke around inside and never came out. We sent in another 2 after him, and we never saw them again either. Don't know if someone's taken residence at the cave or if Karen unleashed something from the depths, but I can't exactly start building an army to shake the tears if I got that stuff in my back, can I?" So we collapsed the entrance. "An army to shake the tears?" Yeah. This gang here is just the start. Now that we're fighting the disfavored, this war is getting interesting again, and I need to do my part to help the chorus succeed." He smiles. "Besides, it's our rule that the strong lead and the weak follow, given my strength. It would be insulting the Archon by not gathering the largest gang I can muster." What do the voices say about this?" "You know, I haven't asked." The idea of something coming up out of that cave to eat us while we sleep has gotten no more attractive with time. That's where you come in. Get into that cave, kill whatever's lurking in there, and you can come out through blah 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 blah. We're just going to attack him. I'm not really interested in making a deal with this guy, so let's just go ahead and get rid of him. Wrong move! Okay. Barrack. And you. Horde. Bloodchander. Go after the Bloodchander. There we go. Right. I want you to back up, and I want you to back up. Okay. Great. Yes. Now, Barrack, I actually want you to do some taunting. Taunt. Wonderful. Okay.
Right.
I want Petra. You go ahead and give this person the pokey poke. Thank you. And give him strikey strike while you're at it. These are technical terms, by the way. I don't know if you noticed this. Once per rest. Once per rest. And tolling. Go ahead and knock this guy on the noggin with whatever it is you have in your hand. Thank you. Okay, Petra, go back and attack that dude. Who's the most damaged? He's most damaged. Bam. Okay, good. And we're doing fairly well. I'm honestly surprised. Let's get back into the action. We'll have a bit of wine. Really don't want that chanter in the mix. What happened? Goodness me's. Yeah, why not? Oh, Barrack, dude, what happened to you? Okay, second breath. Get Barrack back up into the action.
This should do the trick.
There we go, Barrack. Nice to have you with us again.
I will aid you.
I'm terrible at this. How am I
No
not
idea
dead
what. Huh. Well, okay, well, there we go. I don't know exactly what happened. I think maybe the dude used something. Okay. Yeah, I never really liked the Scarlet Chorus, and I mean, I don't like the Disfavored, but I like the Scarlet Chorus even less. Hidden Truths. Speak with Gwyneth. Let's pick up whatever we have here. A bent bronze dagger. Dagger. Let's see if there's any special hidey holes. Of course, blocked it. Yes. Ooh, Staff of Enigma. Let's go over and talk with this fellow. There's something profoundly wondrous in outliving your enemies. He grins, something feral in the way his lips curl over his eye teeth. Eye teeth? What? Get these ropes off me, and I'll tell you why I'm here. You got that backwards. Tell me what you want to know, then I free you. He says nothing for a moment, scrutinizing you with narrow eyes. Fine. My team wasn't the first Iron Guard Akalos sent to this estate. The other never reported back. We were dispatched to recover whatever was left of them, but we found precisely nothing. No gear, no evidence of a fight, nothing that seemed a sign for the other disfavored to find. Then Rolls hit us, at night, by surprise, like a motherless coward. We had set watch, obviously, but one of his mages did something to Corex that kept him from calling out. It was the pain of him burning that woke me and the others. The only reason we were able to fight and kill the chorusmen we did. He shudders, then releases a sigh. No one else survived. Only the General's grace saved me. We canvassed the area pretty thoroughly before Roll showed up. Only place we'd stay out of was the cave in the back. The hole scared Rose shitless, though, so he closed it up. He looks towards the jumbled pile of stone to the north. Wish he'd I wish we'd gotten a chance to check it in there for the first crew. Then at least I'd have something to take back to the Iron Hearth. Yeah, sure. Let's actually go ahead and free him. No. Oh. Truth be told, I'm going to do something I don't usually do. I think we're going to do away with him because I don't want anybody else finding out about this. Thanks for the admission. Lying law dog. Okay. Cut deep then. Gravinash protects. You grab him by the throat, slam his... There we go. And he's dead. Is there anything there? Nope. Okay. Hidden truths. Let's go ahead and speak with Gwyneth. Alrighty. This is turning out to be something that's quite interesting. I guess we can't climb down the rope, so... well. Me, oh my. Wine is definitely helpful after a long day. Me and a group of friends, a lot of them play Stardew Valley. So do I, but I haven't tried this little thing. But apparently you can put peppers into casks and get this stuff called hot pepper wine. And that sounds really delicious, I have to say. That sounds really good. Okay, Gwyneth. You didn't exactly work quiet, do you? I suppose that ruckus means it's all taken care of? Clean and tidy? They're no longer a problem. Oh, that's a real relief and a half. There was always the chance we'd get stuck out here, that the mountains would move again, or Kiros forbid, Cairn would come back to finish what he started. So Wags, or one of our specialists, he cooked us up a alchemical compound called Ocean's Fire. Burns as fast and as hot as Wraithcaster's spell. Set correctly, it'll clear the cave entrance out in an instant. But if it gets bumped wrong, say some idiot chorus conscripts, we all meet the void well charred. Give me the ocean fire and I'll see to the cave entrance. Versailles reveals a profound relief. She accompanies it with a nod. Thank you. Be extraordinarily careful with it. You don't want to be within 20 paces when the paste meets the air. Hunker down behind some rubble up top, then lob it at the cave entrance. She reaches into one of the crates, pulls forth an unpainted clay pot, passes it to you with extreme gentleness, and you note that its lid is sealed with a thick ring of melted wax. Oh, and don't miss. Okay. Cool beans. Let's go ahead and climb. I wonder... let's actually try going up this little rope thingy over here, because I want to see what else we can see. There's probably going to be some stuff we can look at. Very old, broken section of the wall. Reason to use a scaler. Let's actually go up and see what we can see. Okay. Interesting. We got stuff. Let's take a look. Ah, supplies. Wonderful. And more stuff. And more stuff. Good. Okay, that was very well worth it. Okay, climb down the rope. And now let's go ahead and put some fire in that hole. Har har har. I am so funny. Okay. Chorus collapse entrance, yada yada yada. Use the ocean fire. Oh boy. Blam. Now. Explore the cave. Okay, search the cave for signs of the sage of the sage that contacted you. Okay, let's get everybody back in marching order and go in. Another sip of the wine. Alrighty. I love going spelunking. My dad and I, we went out to Ooh, luminescent mushrooms dot the cavern's floor, emitting a disquieting glow without providing much in the way of illumination. Ooh. We went to some of the caves around Lake Tahoe, and some of those things are absolutely beautiful. If you've never had the chance, I would suggest going. It is well worth it. Oh, what's in here? The stone formation quietly hums a slow, modulating melody. Its tune reminds you of the Archon of Song. I wonder if I should bring her here. Hillstrider. Oh, looks like we got some beastmen. The shadows shift before you in hulking masses of darkness. As they step closer, the pale luminescence of the cave fungi highlights blunt, bony features. Lips curl back over yellow fangs and violet gums, and sinewy muscles tighten as the beast's clawed fingers spread open. Another human. The largest of the figures steps forward, revealing herself as a heavily muscled beast woman covered in rust-colored fur. Her yellow gaze narrows intensely upon you, nostrils flaring to drink in your scent. Does the new human offer man flesh to Hillstrider's pack? Crying leather clads offer more bone than meat. Made short meals for beast woman. You ate the people who came in before? Beast woman wastes no meat. Not even human meat. She scratches her belly with a satisfied grin. I opened your cave for you. It seems that some gratitude is in order. Does human think moving stones should make Hillstrider ache with rutting desire? She chuffs, heavy dugs bobbing with her laughter. Beast woman has seen the strength of many great acts in war and hunt. Is not so easily impressed. Okay, let's go ahead and be the Alpha Woundkin. Ooh. You will let us through, or we will tear your arms from your sockets and cobble boots of your hides. Hillstrider takes a step back, then dips her head lower than her shoulders. Hillstrider knows gratitude. If human cleared pile stones, then Hillstrider supposes human may pass. Her packmates step to either side, opening a path. Good. Let's see what's back here, if there are any secrets. No? Let's go see if we can talk to her again. Go on, harm no one. Cool. We can take some of this. That's even better. Good, good, good. Okay, let's continue on. Looks like there's some, some ruins. That looks strangely like the old walls. Wonder if some of them were buried? That'd be kind of cool if, like, there was entire complexes of massive old wall stuff. Denizen.
Old walls down here? This isn't on any map I've ever... Oh, wait. We're not alone here.
Huh. Okay, water skin. Outsiders, run! Oh boy. The ones who got away. Find the leader of the refugees. Okay, light leather gauntlets.
I
Cool.
got it.
Alrighty, speak to someone in charge to learn more about these refugees and how they got here. Mel, Fatebinder, how did you... welcome. Okay. Fatebinder, good day to you. The young man greets you with a smile as distant shouts reverberate throughout the area, steadily growing in volume. As you might have observed, your presence comes as a bit of a surprise. It is an unexpected pleasure, to receive an esteemed servant of the court. He bows stiffly, revealing a row of multi-shaped quills along his back. Sage Lantry, how did you... What are you doing here?
I could ask the very same of you. Taking shelter in the old walls, that takes nerves of iron. Or wits of stone.
There's running water. If you don't mind a Bane attack now and again, this isn't the dumbest place to hide.
Well, this is unexpected. Though I'm glad to see you alive, my young friend. I'm not here to reminisce. I'm with the Fatebinder now, so I'll need to insist that you start explaining whatever it is you're doing here.
Welcome. I'm Scribe Mel of the Vellum Citadel. Though the title means little here. I'm simply Mel. You'll forgive me. We haven't been expecting company, so, He taps along the quill against his thigh, its feathered plume fluttering nervously in return as figures in the distance move in rushed motions and speak in hushed panic. What is this place? I struggle with the definition myself, truthfully. We call this place the Bastard's Wound, or just the Wound for short. It's a refuge of sorts, a haven for folks displaced by war and poor decision-making. Everyone that's here discovered this place by chance, but remains by choice. The decor is unorthodox, to be sure, but it does come with the benefit of extreme seclusion. Not that we object to the court's presence or that of the Archons. We simply thought it best to unburden y'all with the weight of governance. I know you have better things to do than check up on us. We're fine, really. Everything is fine. You look past the scribe, taking note of the details of the cavernous area. Giant stone walls flank the space and descend to an open sky, seemingly shorn apart from one another. Thunderous waterfalls cascade down, nearly ringing the stone-tiled islands that comprise the settlement. Though covered by damp moss and man-made tents, the stone architecture here is unmistakably of the old walls. So this is interesting. They say Cairn came through here and opened this place up. I wonder if he did that intentionally, possibly creating a place for people to stay. Or if he was trying to uncover all of this and wasn't able to finish whatever it was he was doing here. And these people are just being opportunistic. Okay. What's all the commotion about? Visitors are always cause for alarm. Moreover, you aren't just any outsider. You're a Fatebinder. To many, it's as if Tunon just strolled into our homes. Your dispensation of justice could have profound ramifications for a little-known and technically hidden settlement such as ours. Some of the refugees here don't know your intentions. No doubt they have little to fear, right? Why are you all here? Entry to the old walls is forbidden. Of course, I can see why things might appear that way, he stammers, running his hands clumsily over the scrolls along his bandolier. He snatches one from its loop and taps it nervously. If you look at this drawing of the area, we are, by way of several fathoms below the old walls you see rising up. So who's to say if we're in the walls or merely just underground? I mean, other than a Fatebinder, of course. I merely mean to suggest that there's potential ambiguity as to whether we've really done anything wrong. Examine the parchment. Sketched upon the crumbled parchment is a cross-section of what appears to be the old walls running through the mountainous regions of the Bastard Tier. If this map is accurate, these old walls run almost entirely under the mountains. The upper reaches of the old walls are just a few stories above the valley floor. Judging from the map, the old wall slopes upward as it travels north and slopes downward as it heads south. I don't want to say that they have to contribute to the court. I'm not here to condemn this settlement yet. Thank you, Fatebinder. I will merely say that this is an unusual place. Its legal standing was somewhat unclear. We would never knowingly violate Kyros's law, is what I mean. We would appreciate your generosity, Fatebinder. I hope that you will come to appreciate the wound in time. No doubt you have many questions of us. I shall do my best to acquaint you with this outpost. Anything I can help you with? Questions about the history, the analysis, and the creation of historical documents was one of my chief areas of focus at the Citadel. Okay. So, person ask, how did everyone get here? Holy moly. Okay. I'm just going to pause every so often so y'all can read this. Basically what he's saying, brave for more adventurous souls than Master Luxim and I, we're relative newcomers. Care smashed the rostrum Vorus manor. His supporters fled into the cracked mountainside and discovered this place. Life with the Bane better than life war with the Archons. Okay. Some of his favorite found us. Things got ugly. What do you know about this place? Remarkable, is it not? Okay, yes, we know this. Old wall. Cracked the whole damn old walls. Okay. Makes you wonder if the old walls like this are hidden from view to the most... Okay. So there may be more than we thought possible. How do you survive in this place? What do you eat? Okay, crops, cabbage, nash root, radishes, mushrooms. Biggest challenge is drinking water. Okay. Leaches the water and corrupts it. Ooh. Okay. Tidecaster Wagstaff devised a method to magically treat the water, rendering it safe to consume with curative properties for those already sick. Stone purifiers, good, okay. Do the Bane not threaten you? Yes, of course, but we have a system. We met our greeting party in the caves. Okay, the beast folk. Doesn't matter. Okay. Speak of other matters. What do you do here? What don't I do? So, okay, he does what he usually does as a scholar or a scribe. Aren't you a bit young? If I were a tenured sage, that may well be true, but I'm just an apprentice. School's no more, so no official titles. My master thinks similarly. Okay. It's a she. Cool, awesome. Where is your master? Sadly not amongst us. She vanished into the lower levels. We're going to have to find her. Okay. Miss Mysteries, one of those is unending sleeplessness, an affliction that drove her mad. He knows her. Lexime, she's alive? So she survived the Edict of Fire? Lantry's eyes widen with surprise, and you hear the clinking of vials as his entire body trembles. Friend of yours? Sage Lexime and I go way back. She joined the school a year before I did, so we more or less ran the paces together. If she's alive, why didn't she try to find me? Did you try to contact all the other sages you thought were alive? Right. We tried not to cloud the skies with missive birds. That would just give the enemy something to follow. Like me, she probably tried to avoid detection, not light a signal fire. Were you two rivals or friends? Both? We were chroniclers, so there was a competition of sorts, but I think I'm allowed to say we got along well enough. Not that many of my friendships survived my politics. I was in favor of surrendering to the school to Kyros. Hardly a popular outlook. Silent. Hey, Lashina went into there. Cool. Her mind was dwindling. She was fixated on making sure everything she carried out of the Vellum Citadel was hidden and safe. Hidden cached by the farm. The others are presumed deeper in the old walls. Sage trick that conceals stashes. Awesome. Okay, so Lantry's the one to bring here. Who's in charge? Matter of debate, Tidecaster Wagstaff and the Forge-bound Master Jaspos. Ooh, okay, cool.
Wait a second, Tidecaster Wagstaff? Is that what you said?
Yes, the sage presumes to give Ebb a head to look and nods with a knowing smile. I believe Wagstaff would be most amused to see another Tidecaster. He's been here as long as any. Most of the folk here credit him with making this whole place possible.
Oh, I'm sure this will be amusing.
There's another Tidecaster alive, yet you seem largely disinterested.
Of course, because all us Tidecasters sleep together in a big clamshell made of solid moonlight. Look, I'm glad Wagstaff is alive and well. I'm just curious why this fucking coward didn't join us in our battle against Kairos.
That's a good question.
I'm curious to hear what he's been doing that made it impossible for him to join the rest of us in battle. I'm just angry that I can't play my last Tidecaster ever argument as to why I'm amazing and you should value my life over the lives of your inferior followers. It's fine. I'll adapt.
Huh. There's also a beast woman, Reef Talon. Really quite remarkable creature, actually. She held this place together and kept tempers at bay until fairly recently. She was as worthy as a leader as we've seen in the wound, but she's no longer with us. So the bickering between Jaspos and Wagstaff continues. What happened to Reef Talon? Bulwark against the Bane. Mystic Gift. She was a healer. Ah. The curse wasn't noticeable at first. Okay. Minor malady. Master Lexine was treated by Reef Talon. Okay, she lost the ability to work. Oh, so she fell to it. Awesome. Okay, so she's also in the depths. So the sleepless that left haven't returned, so it's hard to be optimistic about any of this. That's an unusual power. I can't say I've ever heard of a Beastman mystic that does such things. I regret not being a better student of the Beastman magics, but I concur. This is most unusual. What's stranger still, Reef Talon did not boast about being a mystic, and beasts are nothing if not boastful. I have a hypothesis. Perhaps she slew so many Bane that their sickly powers have soaked into her very touch. He shrugs, letting out a long sigh. But it's just speculation. All I know for sure is that scores of lives were inadvertently ruined by her healing gift, and folks have some complicated feelings toward Reef Talon. He pauses in thought, nervously rolling a quill between his fingers. None have recovered. Okay, fate. Can't help but wonder if Reef Talon could have corrected this. Haven't fully lost their grips on. Okay, cool. Beast woman in charge. That's a bit unusual. Okay, unusual beast. Okay, so she was able to organize everything, and casualties dropped. Cool. We've had Beastmen. I don't know how or why, but life here changes them. Huh. Okay, so Beastmen... Something about the magic of this place. After a span or two of living with us, most Beastmen seem to become a bit more civilized, relaxed. Huh. Interesting. Okay, so maybe the Beastmen have some sort of connection to the old walls. Tell me about Jaspos. Okay, typical Forge dude. Came here after Wagstaff. I think we'd be worried he'd be a true loyalist and but he's taken quite a shining to the place. Cool. Built the bridges, filtered the water. Okay, tell me more about Wagstaff. Prickly old fellow. His kind were enemies to Kyros, okay. Had you told me another caster is lurking in the tiers, Wagstaff wouldn't have been my first guess, but I'm not wholly surprised either. He insisted the Exodus was foolish, cowardly plan. At least he's sticking to his convictions on this matter. He's not one for pleasantries or charisma of any sort. He's a master of his craft. Treats the toxic waters. Okay. Other matters. Okay, farewell. Okay. So you turn to leave. You see Lantry lost in thought, rubbing a cerulean ink between his fingers. What should we expect? Guess one of your old friends is here. She's an old friend of mine, and by now you've already detected the understatement in my voice, so ask your questions. An old love interest, I presume? You presume correctly. We were deeply intimate for the better part of 15 years. The school gave up long ago trying to make rules against fraternization, and, well, we took full advantage of living in the modern era of the School of Ink and Quill, when sages could do away with furtive copulation and the foolish attempts to curb the natural inclination of scholars to rut. It was her magic I loved the most. She was gifted, truly gifted. She could achieve these little accents on her spells that none of us could replicate. At first I had nothing but envy and hate for her, but somewhere along the line it became adoration. I just hoped to Kyros that if I rubbed up against her, maybe some of her talent would rub off on me. No such luck. What would you like to know? If you were so close, why didn't you flee the Citadel together? Inseparable. You're each other's mentors. It was a very special bond. But it was a relationship that I fouled through my own convictions. In the years before Kyros' conquest, I urged our school to surrender. Urge is an understatement. Rebelly advocated. Didn't share his politics. But I wasn't about to back out from my old belief to surrender was the right idea. Feel justified. Okay, cool. What do you make of her condition? From the sound of it, she was afflicted with sleeplessness. By all accounts, madness that would naturally follow. But if she's down in the old walls and enfeebled, she'd be easy prey for the Bane. Whatever, so I won't let it happen to you. I assure you. I doubt you can make that promise, but thanks all the same. If such a state afflicted me, after I tire of writing without pause for days on end, I'd ask that you put me out of my misery. Deal! Come to think of it, you look a little off, Lantry. Quick, fall asleep at once, or I'll have to assume it's time to euthanize you. Forget it. If I become sleepless for all time, leave me at a brothel to die in the company of less troublesome women. So you two worked on the Chronicle together? We are two members of teams spanning generations. Okay, yeah, so they both worked on it. And insisted original research was the way to make a name for myself, but the accounting of everything is a cause greater than us all. Okay. Lexiem saw the Chronicle as half record of things that were and half record of how things ought to be. This is interesting. I definitely agree with her. To her, each moment we record offers universal insights into how people will act in the future. I take more modest stance that you can't stand in the same river twice, and that the same general can't fight the same war twice, so history is of limited predictive power. This is awesome. I studied history in college, and this is really cool. This, right here, that's called historiography. It's the study of history. And it's fascinating. Basically, you can learn just as much about the people who are writing the history as you can about the history itself. It's really fascinating stuff. If you want to get into a discussion about it, I'd be happy to do so. It's really cool. What do you make of these Chronicle fragments that she tasked us to find? Sings every time I can safeguard a text against destruction. Still, there is something bothering me. Let's look around. Alrighty, we're going to call this an end of the episode. If you've enjoyed, go ahead and leave a like on the video or give me some feedback if you prefer. Of course, as always, great to see you all here at the Fox Den. I hope you come back next time and pull up a chair for some more Tyranny. Alrighty, y'all take care now. Bye.